The AFL has for many years turned its recruiting gaze to Indigenous communities, but although there have been many Aboriginal legends of the game, none has been an initiated tribesman until this year. The meteoric rise of Liam Jaro from Yuendumu in Central Australia has been a much-needed bright note in a dismal year at the Melbourne Football Club. The 20-year-old played only 9 games this season, but still nominated for the Rising Star Award. He's a Warlpiri man through and through, but he seems to be adapting to city life with the staggering pace he shows on the field. Mary Guerin reports, but first, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers are advised that this program may contain images and voices of people who have died.
He's a long way from his home in the desert heart of the country, a man of tribal law down in the city on his people's business.
He's
not one to waste words, it seems, in any of his 4 languages.
And
that translates as?
My name's Liam Jaro, I'm from Yuendumu and sitting down next to the beach and it's really cold.
Here's Jurrah hooking back over his shoulder. Oh, he's got something special, this boy. Can he play?
In just 9 games at the top level, Liam Jaro has brought some heat to big city football, saving his best for the biggest stage of all at the MCG, booting 4 goals for the 3rd time there this season at the weekend.
Picking up the crumb, guess who?
Unpredictable, exciting.
He's just come in and just looks like he's been playing for 100 games.
But right now he's the bloke that's keeping Melbourne in the game.
He's got the marking ability of a tall player, and he is about 6'3", but he's also got the ground level speed and skill of a smaller type player.
He's done it again!
It's not like he's come from another country, it's like he's come from another planet.
That planet is Yuendumu, 800 people strong and 300 kilometres from Alice Springs. Young Jaro was a 3rd-generation star footballer, forging a name far from development squads, let alone the MCG, in the raw, rapid Central Australian brand of the code.
I'd never seen anyone, it was so exciting and seemed to have every aspect, leaping up, huge marks, quick on the ground as well, and I was just stunned.
Bruce Hearn-McKinnon was visiting Yuendumu as part of a coterie of Collingwood supporting businessmen committed to helping reconciliation. After spotting Jurrah, he brought him south last year to play for the Pies reserve side, putting him up at his house and helping with those first symptoms of culture shock.
The first thing, apart from the cold at different times, but the first thing was having to meet times, appointments, like training. Getting him up at, 5:45 in the morning or whatever, and, I hope he almost dragging him out of the bed.
Traffic was off-putting, skyscrapers too. And then there's the fact Jurrah tends to stand out. He saw the ocean for the first time at 19, soaking his muscles at freezing recovery sessions. But after a few games, he went home, leaving Collingwood nonplussed.
He actually returned home to care for his best friend who was dying of cancer, and he basically nursed his friend right to the end, and that was just, to me, an example of the quality of the bloke.
Just before the pre-season draft late last year, he was nominated with special dispensation both from the AFL and his community that normally requires its initiated elders-in-waiting to meet ceremonial and social obligations at home.
The whole community, and particularly the elders of the community, have told Liam that he is down in Melbourne on Warlpiri business, and they are 100% behind him, so there's no question or issues of him being called back to do anything in the community. If anything, it'll be the opposite. If ever Liam tried to go back, the community will be pushing him back on the plane and saying, no, you're representing us down in Melbourne.
The Demons' burgeoning Northern Territory clan quickly embraced the new recruit.
It's a really good support network, and I'd probably use the word support pretty loosely because at times they just get stuck into each other about absolutely everything.
He walks around, taps the boys on the shoulders. They know it's Liam, but he thinks that he's a smooth criminal or whatever. So
Round 12 came along, and with it, Jurrah's big-time debut, with his mum, dad, auntie and grandma watching on.
What did they say to you?
They couldn't believe it that I was playing my first game.
And fulfilling his own dreaming, if you like, that he'd had since he was 5, he scored his first AFL goal with signature flair.
There he can jump the kid. Oh, he's going to kick a goal. He's done it. The boy's done it. Well done.
I think that was an example, say, gee, there's something special about this bloke, he's been able to do it.
The Collingwood coterie that brought Jaro to town honoured him perhaps a little wistfully at its annual dinner a couple of weeks ago.
We're really pleased and excited and over the moon about the fact that Liam's been able to come to Melbourne and to become an AFL footballer.
More clues to his successful year are here. His girlfriend by his side and the occasional visitors from home, like his old Yuendamu captain.
Did you ever think that anyone from Yuendamu Magpies would make it down here in the AFL?
Not really, no. Not really. I know some of the boys will get homesick, but for Liam, it's dream come true and really good. What he done is really amazing, so really proud of him.
So perhaps it was inevitable that if he'd come this far, the initiated tribesman would be initiated into a sacrosanct local ritual. Not any coffee, mind you, skinny lattes, thanks to the tutelage of his compadres.
We have a skinny latte pretty much every day, so didn't know what they were, but no, he's fit in really well.
Myself and Matt always say that they'll be called the pretty boys from their communities, sipping on these lattes while everyone else has instant coffee back home.
So before he returns home this week to go hunting with his people, the man of tribal law learns to indulge batty media requests like posing Bayside on a freezing day with a coffee, all for a greater cause.
Planned my 40 and a half, but it's really big thing for my community and for my family and my friends.
How long do you think he will have in the game?
That's a good question. I don't know, to be honest. He's an incredibly proud person, where he's come from and what he's achieved. I'd like to think that he would see the more he plays, the better he plays, then he's representing his people at the elite level then. It won't be just, Liam came in 1 year and then Liam was gone. I don't see that in him. I see a pretty determined young man.
Mary Guerin with that report.